This is where it kind of got into my head that we need to start a consumer hardware company. I had like zero connections, zero people that I could start a company with. Then I saw a hackathon organized by Cerebral. I actually invited people from multiple cities. I literally soldiered it in like one day. You know, this is like how it works. It will transcribe all your conversations, so on, so on, so on.
What's up, dude? Good to see you, man.
Welcome in, welcome in.
Thank you, thank you.
Definitely sit on this thing. Yeah, like I think I came here like 2 or 3 years ago. I was working on my previous company. It was like a freelance marketplace, boring stuff, like not hardware and so on. I saw the company, I think maybe a year ago. And since then I started to like explore what else am I going to do. And what I started to do, honestly, is like going to hackathons, because hackathons is the best place to meet people. And I had like zero connections, zero people that I could start a company with. So that's why I like hackathons. And as I was searching for hackathons, I think I like found like a bunch of websites like Luma, Partyful, and so on. But then I also found a really cool site, Cerebral Valley. So guys, kudos to you. But honestly, I mean, this is like not a promotion. Cerebral Valley is like, firstly, it's free, so there's no point for me to promote it. And second, it's actually a great site where you guys actually get it like cool events. Especially when you had like a hackathon filter.
Yeah.
I really love that
man, we need to bring that back.
I really love that one. Anyways, so I think like, you know, for me, all this started when I went to like the first hackathon. It was on Cerebral Valley, but it was not organized by you guys. It was a hackathon like Open AI with like South Park comments. So we went there, and just for fun, I decided to launch like a like a small camera that you kind of put here. It actually looks like quite similar to this, but like a little bit bigger. And I for fun decided to call the project Whomane. So it was like not Humane, but like Whomane. Yeah. And it's very similar to like another project that like also recently started called Humane.
Hey everyone, my name is Nik, and today we built the first open source Whomane AI pin. How does it work? We'll demonstrate you on one of the use cases where you can wear it here with you whenever you go to a networking event or something and you don't know who you're talking to. You can just press on the button, and then if we'll take the picture of the person, we'll scrape the entire web, we'll find you all the social networks of the person, and we'll send it to you via notification so you can quickly study and understand who you're talking to without even asking them.
Time we got like a cease and desist from Whomane. There was like a lot of drama associated by that. When we launched the project on Twitter, it went viral. And then I decided, oh, actually, I really like going to hackathons, building hardware, and like launching on Twitter. Then I saw a hackathon organized by Cerebral Valley. Mistral or...
Yeah, it was Mistral March, I think, when we first met.
Yeah, the Mistral one. There will be like something sad that I'll just mention, but anyways. So I go to, I signed up for that hackathon, and like, we assembled the team there quickly. I actually invited people from multiple cities in the United States to come just for your hackathon. Like I literally like, asked them like, hey, can you please fly? Because I really wanted to launch the necklace and, just go from there. So we go, we start grinding. The hackathon was like 2 days, as far as I remember. It was really fun. It was like, hardcore during the nights, just actually like hard work. Yeah, just enjoying the life and grinding in a self. And then I think like next day, as I was like, showing the demo, preparing the demo, we unfortunately used the Open AI in the... We used Open AI, and so like, we are getting the judge, and like the judge comes, and like I'm showing the judge, hey, this is the necklace. I literally soldiered it in like one day, I promise. Like, this is like how it works. It will transcribe all your conversations, so on, so on, so on. And it's just like, wow, this is like really cool. And then like, as, like there were like teams who, made it through, like we were not in the list, basically, unfortunately. So yeah, like we didn't make it to the list. And yeah, it was my mistake for using OpenAI and not Mistral stuff.
We've had this happen so many times with teams.
Yeah.
The classic blunder.
Yeah. But anyways, so like, we were like, I was devastated. I was like feeling very sad, which is why like, as we were declined, basically, I just like launched it on Twitter and like, it like immediately got viral.
Today at Track 15 Mistral Hackathon, we built Friend. Friend is an actual open source AI wearable that doesn't charge a single dollar, that you can build yourself, that has 3 main features. Number one, it will record the entire conversations of your day. Number two, it will give you proactive feedback and advice. And number three, you can also talk to it via chat interface or with your voice. We'll publish 3 things today. Number one, we'll publish how to build this. Number two, we'll publish an app of how to use together with this device. And number three, we'll publish an app that you can use without the device. Please don't use open source just to earn money, and let's build together. See you.
Like people liked it. It got a lot of likes, reposts, highlights from like the judges as well. And this is where I think it kind of got into my head that we need to start a consumer hardware company and make it open source. Yeah. So yeah, from that part, I started to explore that. We did like a successful Kickstarter. It got like 900%. Since then, I think we shipped like 5,000 units. We launched like another product, which was a smart glass, also in another Your Hackathon actually with Meta. You can now convert any glasses into smart glasses for just $20. 1 month ago, we built Friend, and now many of you use it. On today's hackathon, we built Open Glass. You just buy the components for this for $20 and stick to it to any glass you want. Then it will take pictures every few seconds of your entire life, and it will give you very personalized AI, which we actually finally won. So now I got a check mark of winning. Yes, exactly, finally. And since then, it's just like been really fun. Again, like we actually started a company, raised a round, and hired a bunch of people, shipped a bunch of devices, got a huge community of 4,000 people just in Discord. Yes. So it's crazy. It's been very fun. And thank you guys for this to happen.
That's honestly such an amazing story. So from the hackathon, you built the idea, and then even though you didn't win, you're like, I'm still sending it. I'm still posting on Twitter. Talk a little bit about that first product. What was it? Was it what we're seeing here today with Friend? Was it an initial version of it? What was that first product?
So unfortunately, I don't have the actual first unit that I have built there. It was honestly even much more ugly than this. Like much more ugly than even this black triangle. It was just like badly soldiered black triangle, like very badly. Yeah, that was like quite similar to this. It was just like a triangle device with like a board that receives the audio and the Bluetooth that connects to your phone. Mm-hmm. And it was just like raw transcription on the phone. So you could see, as we are speaking, you could like see live like what's happening, and all the data being passed to the phone. I think that was the first initial product. Mm-hmm. At the time it was called Friend. Later we renamed it to Omi. There is like a long story to that, but so originally it was called Friend, now it's Omi. And,
gotcha.
Gotcha. That's pretty much it.
And the first product was all done in a weekend.
Yeah. So to be precisely fair, I have been studying and researching it for like maybe 4 days. Uh-huh. I didn't write like any code, absolutely nothing.
You can check the commits.
Yeah, you can check. It's like empty. And like actual, everything like soldering. And I also couldn't really do it because I'm not really like that deeply technical. Yeah. Mm. So I couldn't do it without like other team members, which is why I wanted really to highlight the people who helped to make it possible. Not me. I didn't really do anything. I just called people and like invited them, and they did most of the work. And obviously our community who made it like all to this scale, to this size. So
yes, what's been your approach with community building and virality? Because I know that I remember the first initial post, the second one about the Meta Ray-Bans clone they did for the Meta Hackathon. You're very good at going viral and building a community kind of around yourself. Yeah. I'm curious how you think about that. What's your strategy for doing that? And like, how did you end up in a place like this from all of that?
Yeah. Thank you a lot for the compliment. I'm not sure I'm like really that great in like making stuff viral and stuff. Elon Musk is great.
Well, it's easy if you start out with 120 million followers.
Yeah. And if every follower is automatically subscribed to you when they join Twitter, this is so funny.
You're selling yourself too short though, because every time you hit me up, you're like, bro, I'm gonna pull up to a hackathon, I'm gonna get like 500K views at least. You deliver
every single time. I promised. Maybe that's the secret, Firstly, I promised to Ivan, like I promised him, like, hey, if you accept me to a hackathon, I promise I'll make it viral. And then you just have to deliver, Otherwise, like, Ivan will like find you and stuff. But I think, in short, the secret is like. When I watched I watched the video of Mr. Beast on the podcast 2 years ago, and he was asked like, how do you make your videos like so great, so many views? And the main thing he said pretty much was just like make something that people like. And as it sounds like really stupid, like because a lot of people are optimizing for views, like how do, YouTube algorithm, like, it sucks. I need to like, figure out the strategy.
Test my
Yeah. It's very important. But like what you need to start with is just like, you spend 90% of the time on like making something that you want to show, and you spend 10% of the time on like actually showing it. For example, for the device, right? Like I researched a lot, we brought the team, there were like 6-7 people, trying to make it happen. And then we're going to spend like, I don't know, half an hour to actually like record the video in a corridor room of the hackathon. So yeah, I think that's the secret. Like you start with something valuable, and then you just like, even you just pull up your camera and you can like record like this. And if it's great, people will like it and they will start using it. So yeah.
Amazing.
That's kind of it.
So talk about the hardware startup that you're building, the general kind of business of it, because you have the product Omi.
Yeah.
You talked about the glasses as well. What is kind of the vision for that hardware company?
I think this is going to sound like really crazy, and like to the scale where we are right now and to the things that we are doing right now. But our vision, very long term, is to build like a really great brain computer interface. Because like why I believe so there are 8 billion people right now in the world, and we all are very smart. Like our brains are very powerful and stuff, and our brain is equivalent to a supercomputer pretty much in different processing methods and stuff, but I mean there is equivalent in power. And I think it will be really cool if you connect 8 billion computers into like one, basically. So yeah, kinda. I think you can like solve a lot of problems and you can deliver a lot of value if you achieve that. And you don't even need to build 8 billion supercomputers. It's already here. So yeah, that's kind of the vision. That's what we want to achieve. Connect like 8 billion people together, and not in like one thing, obviously, but like it's in one network. So that we could collectively solve problems faster and better, more efficient than we do right now with voice and stuff. Yeah, I think this is like the long term, but short term, I have zero experience in consumer hardware. I started my first thing on a hackathon like 5 months ago, 6 months ago, which is why we start with this, something that people can wear like right now, something not that complex. And as we go, we build other products like smart glasses and DCI and stuff.
Yeah. Where do you see the pathway to get to that point from here to that? Is it more hackathons? Is it a bigger space? Like how do you see the growth of the company going to reach the goal?
I think getting to that point is you pretty much have like two measurements: is one, number of users who use your product, and two, what products have you shipped, by how much complex they are. Brain computer interface is very complex product. It's impossible to like do if you have zero experience, which is why for us it's like we want to ship necklace first, and we want to ship hundreds of thousands of them. Then as we accomplish that, we switch to smart glasses. It's a better form factor because you can add a camera and not just voice. We ship hundreds of thousands of that. So this is the second parameter. And then brain computer interface, finally, basically. So yeah, kind of like these 3 steps: necklace, smart glasses, PCI, hundreds of thousands of each unit, roughly. So yeah.
Wow. And talk about like the scale that you're manufacturing at, because you mentioned you originally started printing them here.
Yeah.
You've got factories in China printing them. Can you talk a little bit about the context there?
Yeah. In short, so yeah, we started, if it wasn't captured, we started to do everything here, just like with our own hands. We printed the device, and we assembled it like either here on the table or in my room, in my house, and shipped them basically in the boxes that we also handcrafted, pretty much, just like bought them on Amazon and ship. Now it's done in China. Like most of our manufacturing is being done with our Chinese partners. And I think right now the scale is like, they just do like thousands, maybe like 5,000 devices and stuff. As we grow, obviously, we'll need like more manufacturing stuff, maybe like more factories. For now, we are like stick with one, and it's pretty great. So yeah, in China.
And how did you make those connections? Like how did you, as someone who's never built consumer hardware, like even start that out?
Able to China?
Yeah. This is a great question. So, the approach that I really like, but for some reason people really don't like this approach, is you start with multiple partners right away, and you spend a lot of money, unfortunately, but in exchange, you get like this comparison of like who is better, who is worse. So what I really like to do is I really like to like, let's say, find like 4 potential partners. I pay to all of them equal amount of money. Even if we will not need like 3 of them, we will only need 1, right? I still pay to 3. And then like only one of them ends up like being great. So I pretty much do that. We did it with like our hardware manufacturers. We found a partner that we really like. But once you start doing that, if you are a company that has at least some traction in consumer hardware, if you start exploring manufacturers, trust me, like they will start reaching out to you. Like there is like so much supply in China of those companies waiting for cool American companies to start doing the work that they will just like, they will beg you to work with them.
Wow.
So it's really cool.
Wow.
So
we talked to Aurelius recently, and they said kind of the same thing. It's like, there's a whole community of people that are going out there trying to figure out how to navigate these spaces at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely agree. It's just, I didn't expect it, to be honest, but it seems it's happening. So.
How big is the team now?
We are like super small. Honestly, I think we're like 4 people. I mean, the core team. Obviously, there is the whole open source community. Hi, everyone. It's like 4,000 people. There is like, I don't know, 80 contributors and more. But like the core team is like super small, 4 people. And the primary reason for that is when I started my previous company, we hired a lot of people, like 50 more. And I honestly considered it a little bit of a mistake. I thought that the company is more successful as it hires more people, and it's wrong. The company is more successful if it like builds more products, ships to more customers and stuff. Which is why right now our hiring like scale, just hiring criteria is like very high. We like our first hire, for example, he scaled the company from 0 to like Series C as a CTO.
Wow.
So
That's a great first hire.
Wow.
Yeah.
How were you able to attract that kind of talent?
A lot of shit posting on Twitter.
There you go.
That's one.
The viral loops.
And second, don't optimize for like hiring. If you just like, keep shipping and like make a lot of progress, great people will just join you. So this is like, I think the main thing basically. Just like keep doing stuff as much as you can yourself, and then they will just join you.
And you have to ship post.
Yeah. And you have, I think that's very important. Like there are a lot of people in the world, and sorry, you kind of didn't ask this question, but I still think it will be very valuable for your audience. There are a lot of people in the world who are really great engineers, who can really do cool projects, right? Who can go on one of your hackathons and, they will like win the prize, but like none of the people will see it.
Yeah.
And the value that those people bring to the world, unfortunately, I don't want to diminish them, but it's like somewhere there, basically, unfortunately. Even though they build a really cool product that is like really valuable, they don't actually bring value to the world. But there is another person who built some shit, me or Excel, right? Which is like barely working, like at the beginning, of course. Now it's like working great. And I go and like post about it. I like, make sure that the relevant people see it. And the value of that, I believe personally, is much bigger because you actually put the product into like the relevant audience so that they could like start and like do something with this. In our case, it's open source community. So like, there are hundreds of companies right now who just copied our stuff, even like HP basically, and they just like build on top of it. So yeah, I think it's like super valuable. Even though we don't really charge HP, I assume that they will deliver much more value than us because of their scale and stuff. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of it.
I guess that's the power of the open source community, right?
Yeah.
Like you build something and then HP picks it up.
Yeah. I mean, big companies seem to like open source. So yeah, if you're doing open source, be prepared for enterprise.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
So yeah.
Sweet.
I think
Something else.
I'd love to see a product demo.
Let me, I'll just show you on mine.
Recording this whole time.
Yes. So I'm testing right now the latest version of our device. This is the developer kit version 2. So like here is like version 1. This is the version 2. Yesterday, wait, is there everything okay? Yeah, I didn't mention anything bad. No, it's just, because for some reason I see here a dating coach plugin, and our plugins activate only when there is like something relevant. So I was like, wait, I wasn't dating here. Like, interesting. Anyways, so yeah, these are my conversations. So all the stuff that I mentioned with people, like it just, you can see it here. For every conversation, I can see action items summarized with AI, a short summary with AI as well, and like a bunch of plugins which are done again by our open source community. The core thing of the plugins is you can just customize the experience however you want. This is plugin, for example, just for stable, just default summary. There is like a plugin for like, Program for entrepreneurs. If you're like a startup founder, it gives you feedback on every of your conversation. For example, right now after this conversation, I'll probably get some feedback from him that I should have mentioned this and shouldn't have mentioned this and so on. Yeah, there's even a dating coach plugin, which for some reason like worked. You can see a raw transcript. So like the AI differentiates who is me, so Nik, and like who are other speakers and stuff. And there is a chat, so this chat just like knows everything about me compared to any other AI chat. And yeah, I mean, the most important thing, which is our marketplace of plugins and apps. This is all done by our open source community, and there's like 70 different plugins and apps that can customize experience. App for doctors, app for like startup founders, app for like putting stuff in Notion, Zapier integration, crypto, like, you know, relevant stuff, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much like what our app is right now. There's a lot more to come, but yeah, this is roughly the demo.
And how long did that take to build? Because I assume at the hackathon this was not.
Yeah. So on the hackathon we built, I think, just like this part, and like again, it was barely working with just like the raw transcription without speaker derivation and stuff. To this point, it took maybe like 4 months, I think, right now, maybe like 5. Of like really hardcore.
So right when you moved in the office, that's where the grind started.
Yeah, pretty much. And on our device part, I can also show quickly how it looks like. You know, I can even open it on the inside because like our whole thing is like transparency. So we try to like let people modify everything we have. So there is like SD card, so all the audio is saved like on the device basically. And then, you know, whenever you want, you can synchronize it with the phone. There is a button, so you can like, let's say, turn it off and turn it on. But it happens obviously with the case. And like below that, there is a speaker, so the device can talk back to you. So if you shit talk, it will shit talk back. And and like what else? Like lights and microphone. And behind that, there is like a vibration module, so it can vibrate.
And that's a fully custom board.
Yeah, this is a custom board. And for like, again, our first version, I mean, I have already shown to you, but I can just like show one more time. Wait, this one is not glued, right? Or yeah, it's not. Yeah, but this was our first version. So it was just like, again, like just the battery, and just like, you know, the board, like off-the-shelf boards by our partner C Studio. Love them. So yeah, that's kind of it.
Wow. Amazing. And you ship an SD card with every one of these devices?
Yes. Yes. Wait, how much this is the card right now cost here in United States? I think maybe like $5 or $8 or $10.
I have no idea. 64 gigs for an SD card is pretty cheap these days.
Yeah. We ship like SD card. We ship everything. So it's the experience should be, you take it off the box and should work right away. Even if you're building a developer device, I think it's very important that it works.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
So as a potential user, where can I buy one of these?
You can like buy it right now. I'll sell to you like right now.
I will make the transaction happen.
Nice. Yeah, and I'll just show you the link, and we'll just go from there. Cool. So, yeah. Let me. Wait, do we have? Yeah. Here's this is yours.
Oh, right now. I just got Omi.
Right away. Yeah,
it comes in a nice packaged container too.
Yeah, so we are not really professionals in packaging.
I don't know. This is
really
nice. You know?
This is perfect. All right. There is probably like a lot of professional companies looking at this video right now, and they're like, "Damn, this is like ugly packaging and stuff." But so this is, I think, one of the differentiations of why I think you guys are here probably is because we ship, and I prioritize like speed and execution over like beauty of packaging and stuff. Even though every book will tell you need to do like very beautiful packaging, I just want developers to use something right now, because I mean the world just doesn't wait. For sure, cannot wait.
Especially in open source too, I feel like a lot more people care about like what's under the hood and how it functions. That like, you know, if it's in a nice little wrap, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get this a lot where, you know, if someone submits a hackathon project that's a Figma file, it might look great, but nothing. Substance is actually going on there.
Yeah, but guys, you asked me a lot of questions. If you don't mind me, I want to ask you one.
Yeah.
And maybe it will be funny to add in the video as well. What was the craziest or the most funny thing that happened with you guys on a hackathon that you organized or you participated? Like, you know, you kind of like were around. Like, what was the craziest experience and stuff?
That's a good question. What was the craziest experience?
The laser drone is up there.
The what?
The laser drone is up.
The laser drone? Yeah.
Yeah, unrelated, so you guys know. They set off like pretty much they took like 2 tables in the back room of one of our hackathons, stacked them on top of each other, got a bunch of chairs from the venue and put them all in a circle and put like a tarp over it, build like a laser secure zone. One tested their laser shooting down little mini drones, ended up burning a hole in one of the chairs. the venue got pretty mad at us after that.
We didn't know this was happening either, and so we show up on Sunday. We're like, "What is this?
What is going on?" Like burnt. People were soldering in the back too.
Oh, I was also soldering on your hackathon. Like, getting machinery or something.
Yeah, so they're like letting us do this.
Because of you, pretty much. So thank you a lot for doing Cerebral Valley. About the Cerebral Valley, I want to know where I would be. I don't know, like if like our all open source stuff is probably not. So
Make of it, really make something of it.
Yeah,
you know.
sir. And we love Nik. We love so I love you guys.
thank you, Russ. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
I stay to do.
So of course.